how we need to bring pressure in order to get people around the quarterback and create turnovers. I've seen whether it's Nick Herbig, T.J. Watt, Cam Hayward. I've seen all of these players defensively make the plays they need to make. I see 2 sacks from Jalen Ramsey. Aaron Rodgers is obviously exactly who they acquired him to be. Not from a leadership standpoint, from a production standpoint. What I did notice last night was the conversation we had yesterday, though, Stephen. Okay. Who's number 2?
Yeah.
Are we going to give the ball to Scotty Miller? Is the ball going to go to Roman Wilson? Is it going to be Jonnu Smith? Is it going to be Darnell Washington? This team is a contender in the sense that I think they're closer to being, or they're a playoff team more so than they're a team that doesn't make the playoffs. But with what I saw last night, that team can't win a championship.
Yeah, I got a question to you, Stephen A. Though.
Sure.
Because when we're having this dynamic, there's obvious connectivity to the Steelers.
Yes.
From a fan's perspective, obviously he's playing from the organization. Yeah. My question is, when you see a game like this, given the circumstances, given the statistics, how do you see them moving forward, and does it give you confidence in them moving forward?
You know what I don't like about what I saw last night? The Steelers showed me why they wouldn't win a playoff game. In other words, what you saw from the Steelers last night, we've seen before in a regular season game. We've seen them plummet when they should have ascended.
Right.
They'll correct the ship enough to be respectable enough to get to the postseason, and then when you get there, that kind of stuff is going to happen. Yeah. If you go up against Indianapolis, Jonathan Taylor probably going to run all over you. If you go up against Buffalo, it's going to be on the road, all right, in that inclement weather, and Josh Allen's going to find a way to hurt you. You go up against Kansas City, there's nothing to discuss. They'll beat you any which way they want to, okay? You see vulnerabilities, and you're expecting people to step up and to give you the impression this is different. What do you constantly lament? Middle of the road. If you can't be great, be awful. That way, as a result, you can position yourself in the draft, you understand, and potentially free agency because you know you need a plethora of parts. Yeah. The problem with the Steelers is they're good enough to be better than half the league and not good enough to be better than the other half. They're the middle of the road, which means they're good enough to make regular seasons interesting for you. But every Steeler fan know, you looking at this team, that is not a Super Bowl championship legitimate.
Well, how much were you paying attention to? Because when they acquired Aaron Rodgers, my thing was this. I believe they'll be a playoff team, and I think they'll struggle to win a first-round game.
Right.
So you're saying, in watching that game, even with the way Aaron Rodgers played, you think this is still a team that's one and done?
That's what has shocked me, because I've seen too many occasions this season, where the Steelers' defense could be exploited. I saw it against the New York Jets. I saw it last night. I'm seeing teams moving the ball and being able to get what they need when they need it. Right. You know, one of the things that was great about the Ravens with Ray Lewis and those boys was that they were going to find a way to stop you. We're not having it. And the Steelers at that time, when they had to go up against the Ravens, even though it was sporadic, it was inconsistent, there were seasons when you knew the Steelers defense going to show up. Yeah. Are you going to get something offensively, Big Ben? Are you going to do something? You're going to do something, Antonio Brown? What y'all going to do? But you knew the Steelers defense would answer the call. We don't see that from this team this year.
Yeah. Man, my question now goes to you, RC, because from a player's perspective or from the fan's perspective, as you're watching this game, when you see your guy giving up the play, like, speak to the fans that see a guy like Jalen Ramsey, who I have the utmost respect for as a dog, but he's getting beat.
No, it's disappointing because the biggest thing is he got beat on 2 fade balls. Yeah. Right? And that's what he does, right? He understands how to play the ball. He can press at the line of scrimmage. You get the Jamar Chase, what he tried to play as a push-off, now Jamar scores the touchdown. Yeah. Right? And then late in the game, T. Higgins, he's trying to lean into T. Higgins, and then T. Higgins scores. It almost feels to me, because he is so special, because he is so talented, because he can do so many diverse things from an intellectual standpoint, he might be doing too much. This is a guy that's played free safety, that's played nickel, that's played dime, and that's played outside corner. And so now on a night when you're facing,
he did all those things, excuse me for interjecting, all those things since he's been the Steeler. He's
done all those things since he's been the Steeler. In the first game against the New York Jets, he opens the game with the tackle on Breece Hall from the middle of the field, right? He plays the nickel spot, And then later on, and he has a tackle for loss on Garrett Wilson. And then late in the game, the big hit came from the corner position. So you're asking a player to move and maneuver into all those roles, and they may have to have an understanding that Jalen Ramsey has to be this thing for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and we have to play this way. And you've seen it with the greats. You've seen it with the greats. Eventually, you get to a point in their careers where we can't say, we're just going to leave you out there and have you do it one-on-one each and every game. And I think that's where Terrell Austin failed this team last night.
And I think for me personally, what I'm worried about, Cam, is the reliability that's associated with Jalen Ramsey. Because we have to ask him, he's been around for a very long time, and he's done it all. It's not to say that the brother still can't play and he still can't do good things, but is he what he used to be? Because I don't see last night happening to a younger Jalen Ramsey.
But you got Darius Slay as well, too.
He got banged. So Slay got banged up last night,
right?
And so they had to insert Eccles. So now they had Eccles playing the nickel, and then we had Joey Porter Jr. and Jalen Ramsey on the outside. But that was also the whole point about all of these acquisitions, right? You felt like Joey Porter Jr. was a guy. Last year, he traveled with the one. Now you go get Jalen Ramsey, you get Darius Slay. You were supposed to be able to man them up. And listen, I had a conversation with Jalen. Like, that's my dude. He was acquired for this game.
Yes.
He told us before this game, we are going to have a conversation in the cornerback room about who has who. And I asked him specifically, I say, Jalen, who has one? And he said, that's me. And I believe he can do it. He believes he can do it. Obviously, Mike Tomlin, Terrell Austin believed he could do it. Right. So you got to do it when it's time.
They believed he could do it before last night.
It's not an easy.
Since it's
not past tense.
Well, I'm not saying it's I'm not saying it's past. I'm not saying it's past tense. But here's why. But here's why we got to be real. You have to understand why it's not past tense, or why it's not past. Because everybody ain't Jamar Chase. You see what I'm saying? That's so you know, you got 256 yards receiving between Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Both of them was getting both of them. Every time I saw, this is how it felt. You know better than me. You know better. Every time I'm looking at the screen, because we don't see all the angles. Every time you looked at the screen and a play was being made by a Bengals wide receiver, Jalen Ramsey was in the picture. Every single time. Every single time. Go back and watch it. Go back and watch. I'm not saying it was his fault. Please don't get me wrong. That's for football analysts to break down. I'm telling you, watching the camera. You know, you watching the camera and you just see somebody getting up. They're right there. They're coming off their knees. They're coming off you understand? Right there.
They kept showing up on the surveillance camera.
I mean, we saw Jalen Ramsey more last night than we saw him in the first damn 5 games.
I ain't gonna let y'all do that to my dog.
That's just the truth.
Don't say y'all. Don't say y'all.
I'm not saying, listen, I'm not knocking the brother. His game, I'm talking about last night.
Last night was not a good game.
That's
absolutely not. That's absolutely not.
And those games happen.
Yes, that's the thing.
And that's what I would tell the fans who watch the game. It's like, yo, if you're telling me that we expect this from every single game, absolutely not.
No.
We are surprised because a guy like Jalen Ramsey, who is the alpha, you know, of all alphas, and when he has an opportunity to say, hey, I get the opportunity to cover Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins. These games cement legacies. When you go back and you look at stat lines from Darrelle Revis, prime time, when you look at certain games, man, he held that person to only 8 yards. Man, those are type of dominant games that we see. But to Stephen A's point, everybody's not T. Higgins. Everybody's not Jamar Chase. So now we have to reevaluate if we were to play that type of situation again.
How we play it.
How do we play him, and do we really give him one shot?
Here's my non-football ass self. Here's how you play that. You do not put that man one-on-one with Jamar Chase. Now, on any occasion.
The thing is this, though.
On any occasion.
At some point, you have to, because that's part of football, and you have to allow him to go make his money. You have to allow him to go stand on his name.
And that's what he wants.
Yeah, and if he realizes he can't do that, he comes to you, he says it, then that's fine. It's okay to give up plays to a Jamar Chase and a T. Higgins, but you got to make one. Right? And Jalen Ramsey didn't make the one he needed last night. I believe he can in the future.
Against Jamar Chase?
Against anybody.
I'm asking Jamar Chase.
Yes, Jamar Chase too. A play don't care who make it, Stephen A.
Hello.
A play don't care who makes it?
That's the Vanessa Dread.
I wish he had made one. I wish he had made one.